I am going to be ranking 77 main characters in BFB, or just more recurring than other characters. Who just recur more than other characters. This will not include recommended characters or TPOT debuts aside from wear and price tag. And it will include non-existing for some reason. So, first, subscribe to my channel. It really would make my day, and if you want to see more of my awesome content, no one really has seen this video yet. Only 2 people have. Consider checking it out. Also, please subscribe. It helps me. And for all golf ball fans out, subscribe or golf ball dies. So we have all tiers, and I'm going to be ranking them based on how I think of them. It'll starting from F, and it'll go all the way up to my favorite, which I need to make a tier for. Just hold on a sec. Roombas, they're the best. Clean up your mess with no mess. So, we're going to be starting off with my least favorite, all the way up to my favorite. So, let's start. Starting off at 77th, we have, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, Saw. I really do not like Saw. She's just, after BFB 8, she just kind of got ruined by 8 Ball. However, I do like 8 Ball. I mean, I never really liked Saw, so that kind of, thank you. I mean, it's kind of 8 Ball's fault for getting her out, so thank you, 8 Ball. Saw sucked either way. So, 76th, we have non-existy. I mean, bro doesn't even exist. Where do you want me to put him? Okay. 75th. This shouldn't surprise anyone. Flowers speaker box. Oh my god. She gives me a headache. I mean, so does a normal flower, but that's besides the point. Next up is Dora. I don't care how useful you are in challenges. Just because how good someone is at challenge doesn't mean you're a good character. Next up, already gonna go strong with a controversial pick. Pillow. What? She's very popular now. But I do have one question though. Why? What she does is kill everyone and she gets save votes for that. I mean, TPOT 5 really was a last straw, and I hope Nickel really taught her what after the events of episode 1 where he stopped Bombi from exploding by getting her in trouble at risk of burning up, but that's besides the point. Next up, 72nd place, we have Purple Face. Purple Face never stood out. It's annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's voiced by, Justin Chapman. He's probably, he does a good job at voicing Knife on Inanimate Insanity and Paper and, I guess, Silver Spoon. But, kind of makes... Honestly, I'd say Purple Face is better than Silver Spoon, which is saying a lot, because I really do not like Purple Face. Purple Face is just... Why does he have to exist? Why does he have to exist? Oh, man. Seriously. All he does is just be an actual... Okay, next up, at 71st place, we got... It's gonna be this art shock a good amount of people. It won't shock a good amount of people. Golf ball. Despite in the intro me saying, you might think she's my least favorite for me saying in the intro that with a thing of Gady like holding like gun from Object Mayhem's asset at golf ball. It's pretty. I edited that. It took a while for me to find good images of those two. And then like Gady looking evil and golf ball looking scared and stuff. So you can really tell you thought I really hated golf ball. I do hate golf ball, but not nearly as much as these people. 70th place. We have Robody. This one's not going to surprise anyone. I don't think some people like Robody, but I am not one of those people. The only reason it's any higher is because him and Battle for the Respective Robody is really funny. Like the way he called some Indian guy an unfunny. You get the point, but it's just he's really charming in that show. But boy, is he bland at the actual show that he's competing in. Okay, 69th place. Price tag just exists for me. He never really does anything to stand out, and all they really did was steal what Nelly was. And because of that, they took what should have been Nelly's personality, which made them the second one safe, and Nelly the first one for eliminated. I really thought they should have kept Nelly in some way. I mean, I do like Book, but still. But, I mean, I'd rather have it be Pillow, but I'm sad, because since I know that's never going to happen, because you guys are all in a self-induced coma where you actually like this idiot. But if you do like Pillow, though, that is okay. But I don't trust you at all. Okay, 68th. Tennis ball. Tennis ball is always just. How is that thing in TPOT just wrongs me the wrong way? He basically just became that one golf ball simp that just enables him. And no, I don't think he's like a robot built by golf ball, even though she's a really skilled inventor. I do not think that happened. Also, their friendship, what makes it even worse is their friendship is pretty toxic. However, tennis ball is good. His best season was in BFDIA and in the first two seasons. IDFB was okay. BFB, a little bad. And boy, and Teapot. I mean, bro. Look at this clip for an instance.
I will not embrace it. It's terrible.
Whoa! Be careful where you bounce.
That's it, Pen. You've crossed a line.
Don't hit golf ball like that. Eraser, put a stop to this madness.
Okay. That scene's just gonna make you think, oh, maybe Penn started it. But no, it was freaking golf ball. It's very simple. However, I don't think even if it was Penn, I doubt anyone that were actually their friend would just like blindly come in and defend their friend. It really just puts a bad look on tennis ball. Okay, 67th, we have Pencil. Pencil just no. Pencil is just the aggressive one. Match is just barely better than Pencil ever was. Pencil is probably was one of the most overrated. I mean, she's not anymore. She was the first out. For God's sake, you can't tell me people still like her after that. However, she's slightly better than Match, even though Match is pretty horrible too. But that's besides the point. Okay, here are all the Fs. Now time to move over to D. So, at 66th place, we have Loser. I never really liked Loser, only because he just ruined quite a quite good amount of characters. Just flat out is just bland, and it's the thing. He ruined a lot of characters that would have came into their own, like Fiery, who frickin' won a season. I mean, making him a fan of Loser probably wouldn't have won again. But he ruined new contestants like Clock and Cake. And the other one. And yeah, but such a point. Loser is worse than all of them because he just feels like, I don't know. He just doesn't work well for me. He's probably like a Gary Sue, which is I think it's a man that has a lack of flaws. Everyone likes him and he has a lack of flaws. So, yeah. Next up, we have Cloudy. I'm just gonna say it right now. Cloudy sucks in TPOT. I mean, I know but I guess you can say he's interesting in BFB. I mean, not really. All he really did with him is always rant about his collection bit, which is funny, but drags on for too long and gets really annoying and repetitive. However, he was more interesting in BFB than he is in TPOT, despite him not really showing interest in me. In BFB, he's still more interesting than he ever was in TPOT. Next up, this is gonna be probably, don't hate on me for this. Next up, we've got 4. Yes, I know there's still some people that like 4. 4 is just shown as just some no mercy type of guy who just kills a bunch of people. Kind of became worse in BFB. Post-split. Pre-split he was fine, but oh my god, in post-split, especially in BFB 30, he just got ruined. And speaking of host getting ruined, his buddy X didn't make it that far either. You being nicer than 4 only get you ahead of him. If you were just the whiny brat you are, you would be behind all these people. However, around you're barely ahead of Loser, Cloudy, and 4. However, everyone else would still be lower than you because they suck. But still, X just whiny, especially in BFB 20 and BFB 3. He's also quite a crybaby because he gets threatened by 4 and Snowball, which they're kind of strong guys, but I can get that. But still, he's just joke just kind of drags on for too long. Next up, we have Clock. I was never really a Clock fan, but one thing I did notice is that the other teams had lack of motivation. Well, the other team members were always focused on Loser. Well, he kind of was too, and Ken was really the only one that wasn't. But still, he was helping them win challenges at the same time of being obsessed with Loser. He was basically being a good character at the same time of being a Loser fan. However, the reason he's down here is for being a winner simp. Okay, look. Winner is not a bad character, and he's not the first one. It's unconfirmed. There was this joke on the BFB wiki on TPOT 7. It said, what if Clock asks Winner out before they get out, before he gets eliminated? And yeah, he's probably going to get eliminated next episode. Also, this is of TPOT 6. The rankings would probably change by now, and my favorite might not even be my favorite at the time. They might be like a passable character now, but right now they're not. Next two are from the Losers. Next up is Fiery. I never really cared for him. Wait, I've already said that joke before, but still, Fiery was better than other people on his team, but he was not that good of a character himself. I mean, he just barely. If it was only in BFB, he would be 8th, no doubt, on his team. Loser and Clock only got worse. Loser in BFB 21 and Clock and TPOT. And if it was in pre-split, they'd be ahead of him, no doubt. But still, those two got worse. And you know who also got worse that was on the losers? Pin. How Pin is acting really confuses me because she was pretty good in BFB. She was always worried and went from receiving the advice to being the advice giver. Like, she's the main one that helped Book realize what she's doing to Taco is wrong, even though Gady clearly tried to tell her that. But still, she completely undid all of it and just became like her BFDI self. Except, it's not really funny anymore. It's just kind of annoying. Her voice now gives me more of a headache. I mean, all the ones that kind of sound a little bit weirder. That is, except for like Marker and Pillow, but I still hate Pillow though. So next up, we have Ice Cube. Oh, that's Leafy. Ice Cube. Now Ice Cube is an interesting case. I'm not a hater of Ice Cube. I'm just not a fan. Same goes for the next one. Match. However, this one, no, she can go behind Ice Cube. She's just a bad character. But the only reason she's higher than Pencil is because she apologized to Bubble, who I don't really like that much, so I don't know why that really matters. But she's still better than Pencil, no doubt. Okay. Next one is Flower. I only do this because some people say that her win was rigged. Yes, but I agree with that. She just is not really a good character for me. She didn't really have the potential to win. She placed freaking 4th place last season. And the only other season that finished. TPOT might finish, but if she was on TPOT, she would probably be bad. So maybe BFB was a good suit. But at least admit Jack and Jellify. I mean, most votes over time show Flower getting out instead of Taco. But saying it got 1 vote just makes it even more suspicious. It just kind of makes it look like it was rigged. Next up, we have Evil Leafy, Puffball Speaker Box, and Woody. And they're all here for the same reason. They're not interesting. Okay, I'll admit, Woody might have been interesting before with his whole scaredy cat nature. It was kind of funny just to see a character get scared off of everything, but it kind of dragged on for too long, kind of got on my nerves later. You know what also gets on my nerves? This twerp's voice. Belle just never really sparkled interest in my eyes. And honestly, I'm sad she's still in. She went from getting the 3rd most votes to being in the bottom 3. And it's not a good look for her because basketball's pretty liked. So, bye-bye, buddy. I just hope you go. I can't stand you anymore. Okay. So, yeah. Next up, I don't even think I have to describe it. Those two are called mean, and even though Fiery Jr. has potential, he's still called mean. Aggie, though, maybe she's not mean. She's more interesting than other characters on our team in T-Pop, but still, she just isn't that good as a character. The only reason I have her this high is because some guy made in 1 hour and 20 minute over 1 hour and 20-minute video of how you should save Aggie. It didn't work, but still, if you love that character that much, there's something I must be missing about that character. All right, next up, we have Balloony. He goes in category C. because those are the only bad ones. He's neutral. Honestly, Balloony just kind of feels weird to me. I mean, the reason he's this low is because he was robbed way early on. However, he was more interesting in post-split. However, that's not enough, bro. Next up, you think you rejoining and getting a redemption arc and an actual arc is cool? Is gonna get you any higher? Spoiler alert, Leafy, it's not. Basically, when she rejoined, it just blah blah blah. She and Fiery argued, blah blah blah. They made up, blah blah blah. Fiery killed her on accident, blah blah blah. I don't really care. It just honestly just never interested me. Like, she never did. I mean, at some point maybe she did, but not as much. Okay, next up we have Nickel. Nickel was funny because I was gonna have him pretty low, but I decided he's more interesting, especially in episode 6. However, I doubt he's gonna survive an elimination, which is upsetting because there are far worse characters on this team. Now, next up, we have Robot Flower. Fiery Speaker Box, and Bubble. Fiery Speaker Box was a good host, but he just disappeared and then was killed off. Robot Flower isn't that interesting, and Bubble is just really boring, so. Now, everyone else interests me in some way. Profiley. Your concept is cool, but that isn't good enough to get you high on this list. TV. You having one good episode ain't gonna get you that high. So there you go, up to C tier. And Lollipop can go up there too. I started to get the appeal of Lollipop. It took me a while, but she still isn't really that bad, but she isn't really that good. She's funny, however the nicknames are pretty bad, but still, it's funny though. Nayli also kinda was bad, and Bracelety was just an Ice Cube fan. I mean, it's not the whole trope. I'm sure Sierra from like Total Drama Island is interesting, which is probably what she's based off. And yeah. Anyway, next up, we have Lai. Yeah, Lai she wasn't that really mean, but people thought she was mean. And also next up, we have Foley, which you could probably go behind these people. I've seen to change the placements a little. Okay. Now everyone else is just more interesting. So, Needle, you might be helpful in challenges. Basketball, you're just underrated. And 8-Ball, you're only this high because my brother has you as his favorite, so he'd probably get really mad if I don't have you that high. Puffball, I think the whole villain trope's funny, but it just sometimes gets annoying. Ruby, you're kind of funny. I mean, you are funny, but just not in the right way. Announcer, I think he's more greedy this in BFB about the budget, which was kind of a recurring joke, but now it's just kind of more frequent. And winner, you are a good debuter, but you're not the best one. Teardrop, I'm an Eraser fan, so you're probably not going to go as high as him. Let's raise this real quick so you guys can see it better. Now, next up are Bottle, Book, and Bomby, because they just don't really sparkle in that much interest. Now, for the final 2 spots in that category, we got Spongy and Pie. So, starting off B, we have Pen. Pen just, why do people like him? I mean, I personally don't have a problem with Pen, but I just want to know where his popularity came from. Grassy. Grassy is a really funny character. However, he's not the best. Next up are also characters that are funny but not the best. Coiny, Black Hole, Blocky, Donut, Fanny, David, Barf Bag is kind of funny in a way. Racer, Remote, and Rocky. You're a cute character, but that doesn't mean you're gonna get the top spots. So these people are in A, S, or favorites. Next is Taco. I actually kind of like Taco in pre-split. Post-split, she kind of turned into a Karen, but that's besides the point. She was still good in pre-split. I kind of felt bad for her when the whole Taco arc thing. I mean, sure, it was stupid, but it made her interesting, and that's all that matters. Okay. Next, we have Cake. Cake is cute, and he's funny, but he's funny in this season, but he wasn't really that good in the previous season. Gelatin. He's funny, and that's really all there is to him. He's kind of immature, but that's what makes him so good. Marker. You're really your one only personality trait turn into an actual funny thing. Okay, so now we have 2. 2 is probably the best host. However, he's not the best character. Stapy. I like that character. Really funny. His design is cool. It's a shame he got out just for cheating. I mean, I'd do anything to win a competition. Sure you would too. Okay, final 6. We have Fries. Fries is just... TPOT 5 got him higher. It shows he really does care for his friends, and it's really good of him. I mean, he's really good in some aspects. Yellowface is a great character. Honestly, I wish he wasn't so hated before Teapot, but now has a massive fan base, including me. However, I'm more a fan of these guys. Tree. Your voice is interesting, your character traits are interesting. However, you are not the best out of the bunch. So we got top 3. Lightning kind of ruined in Teapot. I liked him in BFB more. He's kind of now just clumsy guy, but he was originally top 5. But something about him must have changed, because even though he got worse in Teapot, he still improved. So it's down to Gatey and Snowball. Which one's my favorite? This one shock anybody. Second is Snowball. I mean, the channel's literally named after Gatey, what you expect. But Snowball has always been an interesting, funny character. However, he isn't the best. I think his tough personality is kind of good. But he was first. It's Gatey, literally the one that was channel named after. You might think it's weird. How could you have Gatey first, but her best friend the last? I'm not even sure if they're even friends anymore, considering they haven't really interacted since like Teapot 3. But they haven't really interacted since the first episode of Teapot. So are they even friends? I don't even know. But so thank you for watching. What are your opinions? However, don't hassle me for my own opinions. That's wrong. But thank you for watching. Bye. Oh yeah, you want me to do a reason I want Gatey first? I mean, the channel's named after her. She's funny. And she's pretty much the voice of reason, like the mature one. I mean, I was Donut, but Teapot 6. Just took 4 and X for David and Dora. Really, bro. But that's all for today. Bye.